Mr. Quince here. I've decided this year I'm going to concentrate on trying to catch some wrasse. I've done a lot of like thinking, and really you should be fishing for the fish that you can catch in your area, and kind of concentrate on that. So this year, if we concentrate on trying to catch a really, really big wrasse, I think that could be pretty cool, pretty good for the channel. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some of the rigs or some of my ideas of how I'm going to hunt them. And where I live here in Cornwall, there's just so many places you can fish for wrasse, and I don't have to go very far. Obviously, there's a lot of other fish. If we do catch other fish, and brilliant. But I'm really geared towards catching wrasse. I like rock fishing a lot. It's one of my favourite types of fishing with lures. So I'm always going to do that. So I'm always going to catch a lot of wrasse. And if you watch my videos before, you'll know that I catch a lot of them, and I really enjoy doing it. So I thought, why not just carry on, see if we can really catch a monster wrasse here in Cornwall. So this summer, when all this COVID nonsense is over and done with, I think we'll do that. We'll really go targeting them. I've got a few places planned. I don't want to say where they are, but you know what? I'm not going to keep it completely secret. They're not real. The places I fish, they're not real secrets. If you live here in Cornwall, you probably know them anyway. I live near a place called Falmouth in Cornwall, and there's a place called Stack, known by the locals as Stack, and I fish there a lot. I think if you're really knowledgeable about the area, if you live here, you know where it is anyway from watching my videos. I do fish there a lot. But there's another place I fish, which I don't want to mention because the place is packed anyway. And it's actually closer to where I live. So it's real, I wouldn't say it's easy to get to, it's quite a bit of climbing. The places that I like to fish, they're all from the rocks, and they do require a bit of a walk and a bit of climbing. That's part of it. So, you got to make sure you got the boots, the right gear. I've fallen over before and it bloody hurts. Getting down to a mark. So for now, whenever I go out, I make sure that I'm really prepared. So yeah, I'm going to tailor my channel towards that side of fishing, I think, for the future, and see what happens. Hopefully you guys like it, and if you do, let me know, and I'll carry on putting out content, because at the moment, especially during COVID lockdown, there's not a lot going up on my channel. So I thought, since I can't get out to where I want to go, I'll do some sort of like tutorial videos for the channel, and hopefully you will like them. So what I'll do is show you my rig and how I tie it all up in a minute for my main rig, the one I use probably 80 to 90% of the time. So let's crack on. Right, okay, I'm going to try and do this as best as I can. I've got my rods here. I've actually got 2 rod setups I'm going to be using this year. I've got an ultralight setup as well, which I've had for a very, very long time. I actually snapped the tip of it. I'll show you in a minute, actually. But this is one of those ultralight rods. This is another HTO rod that I got, like I said, a long time ago. And the trouble is, it's just the tip was so sensitive. I had it in the back of the car, and one of the kids stepped on the very, very tip. As you can see, it's so thin. It just took the top off. So I just cut it flush. Still works absolutely fine, so I'm still using it. But that one is going to be my my drop shot rig, and I'll probably be sort of putting that out with a little bit of bait on it, or a parasime on the end of it, and probably just leave that one sort of sleeping to one side, because I'm going to be after like rockcook wrasse and very small species on that. This is the plan. Anyway, it might not come, so I might just use one rod. But you know, you think of these things. Anyway, this is my other rod. Again, it's a HTO rockfish game rod. It's the cheaper version, I believe. Hasn't got like a coating. I think it's just blank. I've been using this for pike fishing recently, so I've just got to change it over. A bit of a tangle as well, by the looks of it. I always leave this rod set up whatever sort of fishing I'm doing, so I can grab it, chuck it in the car and go. Okay, it's a bit tight here. A bit tight here for space on this dirty desk. But anyway, we'll go with it. We can move some stuff out of the way. So this is my pike setup. Obviously you've got to have a wire trace, and I've just got a clip just so I can switch these over all the time. The majority of my pike fishing I use just these old spinners, these old MEP spinners. This is number 2, I think. Yeah. Anyway, we'll cut that one off a minute. And get set up for wrasse fishing. What I will say is my pike fishing, it hasn't been good at all this year. I'm really tired of it. I'm not. I love pike fishing. One of my favourite fish, but where I catch pike, it just hasn't been fun for a very long time. I've actually got a new setup I wanted to try. For wrasse fishing. These are on trial. I will show you both, but I got these little weights here. They're like to replace sort of like what do I use? Have I got one set up here somewhere? I do. I got lots, but I haven't got one in there. Where is it? It's in there. So obviously you know that I really like these. I'm kind of looking for a really cheap option, because you know, it doesn't matter if you've got that head on there or not really. I still catch. Most of my fishing's done with one of these. They call them a bullet weight. You don't. It's not necessary. It just, I like the way it looks. The cone on the back there goes over the knot, so it kind of like sits in there nicely. It kind of just goes over the front of your lure. It just gives me a lot of confidence. So that's why I like using those. The downside to using these is that the tops of them get damaged from bashing against the rocks, and that hole there will close up. I don't know if I've got any to show you, because I drilled them out recently. Now they're the only ones I've got left of those that side. I drilled the tips back out again because they were closed in. So I thought I saw these, and I really like the look of them. So this is the clip, the inside. I'll show you how you tie it, how you set it up in a minute. So what we do is, I've got a hook there, I don't know what I'm doing. So you put that on like that, and that goes back into your weight. Like that, and you tie it onto that side. See? Oh no, you don't tie it on. You use a clip, otherwise you won't be able to get that back out again to replace the hooks. So we should probably start with that. I can find my clips. I got these new ones I really liked. Here they are. So these are the little links, swivels I started using. They're not great, they're a bit stiff to be honest actually. Every time I get one out of the packet I notice it's a bit stiff, so we'll tie one of those on first. The way I like to tie these, give myself some line. I've shown this before in videos. So this is a fluorocarbon trace I've got on here tied to my my braid. So you give yourself enough line to work with. Make a hoop and hold that hoop and go around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then with that line make another hoop and then pinch it with your finger, and then with this we're going to go through that hoop again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then hold that both then, and then pull it until it gets to about there. Then you want to spit on it, put it in your mouth, get some lubrication on there. So it's like that. That's so it doesn't break. You just slide it up to there. I know everything's a bit small. And then you cut that tag off. I always leave a little bit. You don't really have to, because these only get tighter. This is a grinner knot. When it pulls, it only tightens itself back up again. That's why everyone uses them. I mean, a lot of people use, you know, a fisherman's knot, but it's just not as reliable as a grinner knot. So open up that clip, and that go on there, like so. And that is going to be our setup. It's quite neat, isn't it? And obviously I'm going to be putting a jelly worm, and I make my own jelly worms. Which look a lot like this one here. This one's a bit rough. Got a bit of a greens leaked from one of the other ones as well. But so to hook these, you'd get that hook. This is called a Texas hook, by the way, if nobody knows that, the way it's shaped like that. I'll show you why it's so good a second, but it's basically so you don't snag up. So it's weedless. So you go in the end here. I've noticed this lure's a bit funny looking. Sorry. Actually, I'm just not going to do. This one's a bit better. The front looks a bit neater. So you go in the front here a little bit, and then out again. Just about that much. Put it all the way around, so that is over like that. I know it looks untidy at the moment. And then turn it around, you'd measure out where it go, mark it with your finger, then put the hook through the body, like that. It pops out the top. And the best way I find to make these weedless is to just pull the lure a bit and just tuck that back in to the plastic like that, see? then you can pull that through the weeds and it won't get snagged up. Obviously this is gonna get caught occasionally in rocks. It just does, and you will lose stuff, but not so much. I find that is my favourite setup. Obviously, if I wasn't using that, I wouldn't have that swivel on, and I'd just put that in line instead. That's going to be the rig that we use probably 90% of the time, I think. These, I haven't actually used these yet, but next time I'm out we'll give them a good try. And I got a funny feeling that these are going to be my new favourite thing, because they're cheap as well. I got these. I got these from China. I actually ordered the wrong thing by accident. But these are what I was going to replace these heads with. I'll get some of these. I mean, they feel quite good. I mean, they're a bit cheaper. You can see they're cheaper. But they do a version which is identical to these, but a hell of a lot cheaper. So I might actually get myself one of those and see if I can replace these heads, because they're just too much, you know, too much. But I mean, if I'm going to be fishing with these, making my own stuff, I'll probably just stick with that, because I mean, it looks great to me. Anyway, I hope that's helped some of you that may be struggling with a setup. This is how I do it, and next time I'm out, I'll show it in action. Hopefully we'll catch some monster wrasse. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.